Hello, it's Totalhenry, and I'm back with a video. I know it's been such a long time since I've made a video, and since it's been a video where you've heard my voice. In this video, I'm going to show you how to shade a manga face. You might recognize this face from my first instructional art video on how to draw a manga boy's face. And so now I'm going to take this face and I'm going to shade it. So for this video, I'm going to shade as if the light is coming straight at him. So he's essentially looking into the light, and to do this, I'm going to use these blending stumps. These are things you can buy at any art store, and I don't know what it's made of. I guess maybe some sort of sandpaper material rolled up, and then you with your pencil, you draw in where you want to shade, and you just spread this around. You get a nice even coat. So let's show you how to use this. So for starters, if the light is coming straight at his face, you will get some shading right here underneath the chin. So now the great part about using these blending stumps is I don't have to make the shading look really smooth, because then I can come in here with my little blending stump and shade it and just smear it all away. So all the pencil lines are gone, and you get this nice even coat. So that's the first shadow. Now the other shadow we can put is right underneath sort of the little tendon, the little vein right there. So I'm gonna put a little light shadow. If you use these blend stumps and you get enough sort of pencil, I guess, lead in them, like you can see the tip here is brown, or yeah, I guess dark gray is better, then it already has some pencil lead in it, so you don't have to worry about putting pencil down first, and you can just sort of wipe it down on there. So there we have the shading for the neck. You can add a little shading under here, under the collarbones. That didn't really show up. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to put shading on this hair that's behind his neck. So because this hair is behind his head and behind his neck, it's going to appear darker than the rest of his hair. I'm going to switch to a thinner one. These blending stumps come in many different sizes to fit into the area that you want. So let's go ahead and put it on the other side of his hair. So I'm sorry that I haven't been making videos. I've been doing other stuff, and I just haven't had any good time to make them. But I'm back, and I think I now have some free time, and I have a bunch of videos that I made but never got around to uploading, so I will start uploading those as soon as I can. So there we have the hair, and you start to see that it looks like his face is coming forward a little bit because of the shadows. Now I'm going to put some shadows underneath his hair, underneath the bangs of his hair. So first off, I'm going to put a light coding light little pencil marks underneath all his hair and around his hair. After you do this, I'm going to come in here and just blend it to get sort of the base coat, and then I'm going to come in and add a darker shadow underneath his hair, underneath each of the individual strands, because you're going to get some shadow because of the hair, but you're also going to get some darker shadows. I will eventually come back in and add some darker shadows here, but I'll probably save that till the end of the video. So see right here, I'm pressing down much harder to get this shadow underneath the hair. And when you make these shadows, you want to decide ahead of time where the light source is going to be, and that way you know which way to curve your shadows. And they should follow the direction of the hair. And I'm also going to put shadow up here because this strand of hair is crossing over the top, and it adds a feeling of depth. So I'm just going to continue doing this, being careful to follow the strands of the hair, follow the direction. Sometimes you have to be careful because you might want to switch directions, if depending on the way that the hair is going. But yeah, just try it out. Experiment with this. See, because sometimes it one way looks better. It might not be completely accurate, but then again, manga isn't completely accurate. This is my personal style, and this is what I've seen from studying and reading various mangas. So I'm going in here and I'm blending the darker shadows with the lighter shadows, and you start to get, and you get these two shades, so you really see that the hair is coming in front of his face. Now I'm going to put a shadow under his eyes. This is where, even though it's manga and I said it's unrealistic, figure drawing and taking real art classes help, because the eyes are actually sunken into the head a little bit, so you do get some shadows around the eyes. For a good example of this, you should look at Naruto, drawn by Kishimoto, because right here he will put a shadow right here in the eye to indicate that or to show that the eye is sunken in. So I'm going in here and adding the darker shadow just to show that. You can also add a shadow underneath the nose. I don't try not to make it too dark because it starts to look a little weird. And then the other important place to get the shadow in is underneath the line right here for the lower lip. I'm gonna blend this in right here. Another place I like to do a draw a shadow if you're looking, the light's come straight at him, is right along the edge of the face. This makes the rest of the face stand out, and I personally think it's a nice touch. See, now his face stands out. You can go in and add a darker value. I don't think I will. So the last few things I want to do in this video are add some darker shadows back here to his hair. I think it's important to add darker shadows, particularly behind the head, and just darker shadows in general, because if you look at just sort of light sources, see, if you look at my hand here, it's not just one shadow. There's a dark shadow down there, and then there's a shadow here, and then a shadow here. So it's not all one shade. There are many different shades. So even though manga characters and the manga art style, you look at and say, well, that doesn't look like a normal human. That is fake. I don't need to follow the rules of reality. You're wrong. Even though you're doing crazy hair and some like, no, you wouldn't see lines like this, the neck that define on a real person. It's still, a lot of it is still based on real life and reality. So one of the last things I want to do, or maybe the last thing, is add some more shadow under the neck, add some darker shadow, because if the light is coming straight at him, it's not going to be able to go all the way right underneath his neck. And just for evidence of this, you can look online, look on Google, or you can look in the mirror, position the light, shine it at yourself, and look in the mirror. Just see what kind of shadows fall, and just see what happens. I always find it's important to draw from life, and that even with cartoons, even with manga, that helps make your drawings look a little bit more realistic. Gonna maybe add a darker shadow here. So I like adding darker shadows because it helps things pop, and it I think makes things nicer to look at. And there you have it. That was my video on how to shade a face. This is when the light is coming straight at you. I might create a video later on that shows if the light is coming from the left, from the right, from below. But this is if the light is coming straight at you. You can shade the hair if you want. I like at the top spikes. I chose not to because some artists do it, some don't, and I personally just like it like this. So I hope to have more art tutorial videos coming up, along with some more Pokemon videos and other just anime character, manga character art videos.